Hello everyone, this is Goto. Welcome back to the Islands of Insight Hub Puzzle series. Today is going to be a Verdent Glenn episode. And we're starting off with a Skydrop, I guess. Let's take a look over here. Let's see. 20 Skydrop and match boxes. Doesn't seem like a bad thing to hang on to. 20 puzzle boxes, 10 puzzle boxes, 15 airborne puzzles. Whoa, there's a lot of good stuff here. So you know what? Let's actually take advantage of this airborne puzzle. I don't think we're actually going to find many actual airborne puzzles to do, so I'm going to go just take a detour. Maybe I'll do an off-camera detour to the Temple of Infinite Rings just to get this grinded out real quick. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So be right back. Oh, but before that, here, and I can do this on my walk over. Let's turn the puzzle overlay on. Here is our Verdent Glenn progress currently. We are currently sitting at 81%, so we are going to see how much progress we make after today's episode. But without further ado, let me drop down here, and I'm just gonna hit these puzzles up really quickly. It shouldn't take too long, and I will be back in a minute. Bloop! Hide the interface. Alright, see you in a minute. Okay, that actually did not take that long. That was like, I don't know, not even a minute. So, we got all of our Luminous quests from this done. And we are gonna go ahead and head back over here. Alright, claim. Easy 2,500 points. Let's take puzzle boxes and puzzle boxes. I don't know if we have 20 puzzle boxes available here today. We seem to have 0 puzzle boxes, so maybe actually I'm going to let's cancel this one and let's take 20 Skydrops, and we'll just start picking them up on the way, and then we're gonna hold on to the 20 puzzle boxes one. But anyways, let's take a quick look at what we actually have available today. So we have 4 matchboxes available today. I have a feeling most of our available puzzles are going to be in the hidden variety. Oh yeah, look at that. 21 arches, 2 cubes, 16 rings, no grids as we saw, no movement, none of this, no match 3s even? Gosh, what the heck? Today is kind of a bad day to do Verdent Glenn. We might end up going and doing our a little bit of work in the Wildwood, or what's the other place called? Deluge. After we finish this area. Got a nice little pentagon skydrop there first though. Alright. Okay, cool. So let's get started. We have a lot of hidden items to look for, so that means we really need to be looking for mostly puzzle radars is what's going to help us the most here. But we do have a matchbox over here. We can probably find that. Oh, here's one of our 21 archways. Oh boy, it was 21, right? Yeah, 20 more to go. Jeez. Okay. And here's a ring. So, let's see. Where is this matchbox likely to be? Somewhere where you can kind of like see it around a corner often. So it could be like here, and then the other one's up here. Like, no, not really. What about over in this side? I thought this plant was the matchbox for a second. This might be why I never collected this matchbox, if it's such a pain to find the green one. Oh, is this it over here? Aha, this is it. Okay. Alright, we got it. Well, I found it, but I can't seem to actually get the match. There we go. Okay. kind of longer than I would have wanted to spend on one matchbox, but what's important is that we got it. And now we can move on. Oh, I see another hidden object over here. Oops, got stuck on the cliff there. Don't really need armor rings. Let me not slow down for those. Alright, we've got another matchbox over here. I happened to see this red one when I was running by, and then I was like, wait a second, was that a matchbox? And then I see the green one, I'm like, So, good catch. Peripheral vision working as it should be. We're doing sky drops because we have a challenge for them. So no luck on puzzle radars yet. Anything up here? I don't think I've ever found a puzzle up here. It is kind of weird, like, we're at only 80%, but we're already in a state where, like, we only have hidden puzzles to do, which just feels, like, super weird. It's like, how do we have a day with 0 logic grids? Don't we have, like, 100 logic grids left still? Yeah, we have, like, 180 logic grids we still need to do, and it gave us none of them. Though we do have all of our memory grids done, which is nice, I guess. Alright. Sorry, spending a lot of time getting sky drops and not enough time getting other puzzles, but what's a boy to do when I am bottlenecked by being lucky, basically? I need to run into puzzle radars, and I don't know where they spawn. It's actually, like, it would be unreasonably difficult to know where they spawn. There is a map that shows their spawn points in save stats, but there's, like, 100+ spawn points in every zone, and it's like, yeah, no, we're not gonna be able to scout all those out. Way more likely to just stumble upon them by chance. Like, I've probably looked at dozens of spawn points already. Maybe not dozens, but many spawn points I've already looked at. Here we go. Alright, we finally have something to work with. Let's go. Alright, we know there's going to be a lot of hidden puzzles, so we need to be fast and swift to get these. And I might just, like, leave this if this matchbox isn't, like, immediately grabbable, I might just leave it and come back to it, but it looks like it is grabbable. We just need to step in here, do that. Pretty smooth. I might try to waypoint some of these further ones. Some of these further puzzles, so let's see here. So we got a hidden archway there. Ring there. Arch. Let's get this ring. Not an arch user, by the way. Alright, anything else we can, like, run and grab before this expires? Let's, put a waymark up there and then try to hit these two guys. Okay, so we have 2 arches up here. Boing, and there. Then we had an arch and a ring up here. Today is like day of the hidden puzzle, I guess. Ring and arch, and then plop. Alright, get that. What did I mark here? I am guessing this. Okay. And there was an arch over here, and then there's a ring over on that tree root. Alright. Alright, pretty good use of the first puzzle radar, I would say, considering everything we found was arches and a matchbox. Not arches, hiddens and a matchbox. So this area, I would say, is pretty well cleared, like this quadrant. So we can kind of go over... Whoop, hold on, we got another puzzle radar. What I'd like to do with this puzzle radar is actually go and put a teleport beacon up here. Another puzzle radar as well, nice. Let's do a puzzle beacon up here, warp beacon up here, and then we're gonna jump up there and continue searching in that clockwise direction. So let's grab this. First of all, make sure we got everything over here. Yeah, looks pretty good. We have an archway over there that I seem to have missed. Alright, and let's warp up here. Let's go this way a little bit more first, just to make sure I did a nice clean sweep. Okay, let's warp up here now. Alright, I think we're good in that kind of northwest direction. We can focus in this direction now. Okay. Let's see, anything else up here? Doesn't seem to be. Alright, we have a matchbox on top of the pyramid and a hidden ring up there. Okay, let's get that matchbox. Let's do a warp beacon here for our next puzzle radar, and then let me see if I can't find like where one of these hidden arches down here were, because I saw there was one down in this direction, but I wasn't really able to clock its direction that well. So I was walking like around here-ish, and it was like down here. Yeah, I don't have a good reference for where that is. Okay, let's clean up what we marked, and then we'll go back and pick up the rest of the hidden archways over here. Oh, we just had new pattern grid spawn in Verdent Glenn. And 0 that we actually need to do, so never mind. Okay, so what did I mark here? Why did I mark this tree? Why did I mark this tree? I was coming from like this way, and I might have tried it. This might have been the one I was trying to mark on top of the pyramid. Okay, let's go up there. So we know we have a matchbox here on these two planes of the pyramid. So go over here. There it is, the other one. And then there's like a hidden ring over here-ish. It was like up here though, so oh yeah, there it is. Alright, good. And then what else did I mark? That's the other puzzle radar, so this one must be the archway that I marked across the ravine over here. So let's just go ahead, drop down on it. I think I took that archway by surprise. It wasn't like fully spawned in yet. Okay, and then now we have a puzzle radar and we can continue onwards that way. So clear this waypoint, pick up the puzzle radar. Okay, we have a hidden ring down here and a hidden cube. That might be why I couldn't find a hidden arch down here. There wasn't one. Alright, I think I saw a puzzle radar here too. Yes, very nice. We're like doing so many hidden rings, hidden puzzles today. It's kind of crazy. Okay, something's over there. Let's mark that one. Did I see a puzzle radar too? I don't know. Let's not waste time though. Go, 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 go. Yeah, kind of lots of stuff in this direction, and I have been distracted by many sights to see. I see 2 hidden rings and a hidden cube over by the pearl. Let's see if we can't find those without the puzzle radar. Oh hey, there's a puzzle radar on this tree, nice. Still want to try to find those without assistance so that we can use our assistance elsewhere. So yeah, I see both of the rings. Yoink. Let's see if we can jump up here. Nope. Gonna make us spend a super jump. Okay, and then there was a cube somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. It's in the little goblet. Bowl, whatever you want to call it for this enclave. Okay, good stuff. Let's go and... Do we want to grab the things we marked? I would say it's not really that urgent to grab what we marked. We only have another puzzle radar and a hidden ring marked, so let's just go ahead and grab this guy. I'm gonna continue patrolling in this direction, because, yeah, I didn't patrol this way with a puzzle radar earlier, so... See, there's things that I've missed in this direction. It's almost like, gee, if you don't have a puzzle radar, it's almost pointless to patrol without one, because you're just gonna probably walk straight past a bunch of hidden things. I'm, like, actually a little glad I didn't try to continue this challenge after the Lucent Waters without, waiting for the next major version to come out, and it brought the puzzle radars. Like, the puzzle radars have been, like, pretty much a godsend. I have read, actually, I'm recording this, like, in the November the 11th, and I've read that there is a new update to offline restoration and save stats, so I need to go grab that. But it didn't look like anything that was, like, super critical, so... Okay. Let's go ahead and grab the next puzzle radar. And let's teleport up here and continue on this path I was kind of doing for myself. I feel like we're kind of far from the edge of the island, so let's go this way to make sure that we're hitting the kind of the north edge. Okay, I spent a really long time walking upstairs just now. I hate to see that. Not a good use of puzzle radar time. Okay, so we have a radar over there. Good. Alright, this side of the island's actually looking pretty good. So nothing up there. There is an arch up here. Our radar is about to expire, so let's just save our super jump. And just walk up and grab it normally. Okay, how many puzzles do we have left? We have 2 rings, 1 arch. So 3 puzzles total. I did actually see, though, kind of back on topic with the offline restoration update. I did see one of the patches that did is that it makes it so, sightseers will spawn closer to their actual location. So we did have that episode that sightseer a couple episodes ago where I was like, where's the sightseer? And I circled the Lucent Waters, not Lucent Waters, Serene Deluge like 2 entire times, and I couldn't find it, right? And then I found the sightseer. It was over in like the place where you do the where you unlock the galaxy rule, which is like super far away from everything, and I was like, bruh, what? So yeah, it could be a situation like that. Here's our hidden ring here in the very north corner. I'm glad I decided to come scout up here. I was like, I think I went far enough up here, but just to make sure, and sure enough, I did not, so we have that now. Let's warp back to our beacon over here. We should have stuff over in this area. Yep, there's our last 2 puzzles. That's gonna be a wrap for Verdent Glenn. So boom and boom. That's like, what, 50-something puzzles? I don't know. I guess we'll see when we do the outro. But we still have 10 minutes, and we have a puzzle radar. Oh, wait. Do we have a puzzle radar? I thought we had a puzzle radar. Maybe we don't have a puzzle radar. That thing I marked that I thought was a puzzle radar was a spot where there was a hidden cube. Okay, well, in that case, I'd kind of like to finish Skydrop's challenge here. So let's just go around and grab some Skydrops really quick. I want to finish Skydrops before I move on to the Deluge, so I can pick up the 2 quests for puzzle boxes. You know what? We can just go ahead and go over there now. Let me just double check that we got everything. Yep, and I'm not going to check all the other categories, so we're good. To the Serene Deluge. Do we have a new reward here? Oh yeah, hey, look at that, a Mirabilis. It's been a while. We now have 270, way too many of them. Anyways, alright, we are in the ye old Serene Deluge. We want to avoid puzzle boxes for now, but I will mark them if I find any. Let's just go ahead and focus on Skydrops for a second. Do I want to jump straight into a puzzle radar? I think we can do that. Alright, let's go. We can probably do this Sentinel Stone. It looks pretty close. Looks like one you just like walk inside of, and it basically solves itself. Alright, that's what it was. Alright, we have a hidden ring over there. Lots of stuff in here. When I get in this little area, there's always so many puzzles, and they're like up and down and all around, and like I just get very overwhelmed. But we can also do a matchbox for our daily challenge. So let's go up here and grab this matchbox. Let's see, we have 2 puzzles in that building. This is probably all I'm going to be able to muster with this puzzle radar, so let's just go ahead and focus on what we see over here. Is this the back of a puzzle? Yeah, no. It'd be kind of funny if I can do it from out here, but it doesn't look like it's going to let me. What about from right here? Nah, I guess I gotta walk around. Or get stuck against the tree. Yeah, I was trying to like do the puzzle from around the corner. That would have been funny if it let me do that. Okay. Let's do this over here. That one's pretty easy. And then there was a second one up here somewhere. Here it is, it's on the outside. Okay, it's a 2x2. That one was pretty easy too, thankfully. Alright, down here was a hidden ring. What did I put over here? What is marked? I think that's a Sentinel Stone, right? Let me put my beacon up here, just so I can get back to the Sentinel Stone quickly once I drop all the way down for this hidden ring. The hidden ring was over here near this tree. Yep, there it is, around the tree trunk. Warp back up here, and then immediately dive back down. And this is a really big floor slab for how small this Sentinel Stone is. Or I guess how compact it is, maybe is a better phrase. Alright. Need one more sky drop and then we can start doing puzzle boxes. Not that we found any. Just that is a thing we can do. We found a hidden ring all by ourselves. Wow. Reached level 78 in hidden ring. Alright. Oh, don't send me back, please. Thank you. I was about to land on that launch pad. It's kind of a mini tongue twister. Land on that launch pad. Maybe not. I'm just bad at speech, okay? Alright, that is our Sky drops, done. I guess it was matchboxes and sky drops, so you could call it a skybox if you want. So let's head back towards the Pearl and get a... Is that finished or unfinished? Any case, let's go get a new thing. I'm just gonna leave this up here so I can get back up here quickly. There was a rolling block puzzle, but I don't remember where it was. The ones I saw up there were completed, so... Okay. Flame, and then let's pick... Whoa, let's pick this one up. Now that I think about it, I didn't realize I was holding the 20 box quest already, so... How many do we even have here? We have 5 logic, 1 music, and 2 pattern. Oh, 2 pattern is good. We're gonna want to make sure we find those. Alright, so we're back up here now. Anything interesting up here? Where was the rolling block puzzle I saw? It wasn't that one. That one is solved. It was like pointing me up here for a rolling block puzzle, but the only ones I think I can think of is that one. And then there's one over there. There's one over there. Oh, it must have been... I was actually thinking of the one over there, but it must have been this one here. That one is solved. So let's go and land up here. Do this rolling block. I have come to no longer hate rolling block puzzles that much. Okay, so we're trying to figure out here. We can pancake here. Wait, was that right? So we roll here. Here. So we would go down here, and then we'd be pancaked here. Yeah, I'm having a bad time tracking this. So we roll here, pancake here, flip, flip, pancake here, flip, pancake here. So if we pancake here, we're going to be where we want to be. Okay, how do we want to get over there? Okay, this is... I was gonna say this is close, but this is actually just a different landing on the same solution. So, we're done, huh? Hooray. Okay. So this is not a Serene Deluge episode, I should remind myself, and we are going to be finishing in 10 minutes. So, or not 10 minutes, 3 minutes. 10 minutes is how much time I had total over here. Let's see, where's our exit? Oh, I failed the par time, dang. Oh well, happens. That is a unhidden ring up there. Okay, we have a puzzle radar here. I think we're probably going to use this puzzle radar and then call it after that. I would really like to find the pattern grids, though. Like, that would be a big help for us in the future, not having to worry about puzzle grids. Let's mark these 2. There's a 3rd one over there. Okay, I'll try to remember it. Mark this guy. Whoops. This guy. Logic grid down there. We haven't done any logic grids this episode. It's kind of a weird time when you're playing Islands of Insight and not doing any logic grids. It's like, bruh, where's all the logic grids at? Alright, we have 15 seconds left. Come on, show me something, game. Where the puzzles at? Okay, well, I have marked too many things, and things are starting to disappear, so... yeah, this is probably where we're gonna leave it today. Oh, That was unexpected. I thought I clicked on the wall, but it opened the grid instead. Okay, then. So let's see here. That can't be light. And this one can't be dark. So then this one must be dark, and this one can't be light. Actually, that one's just closed in now. So one of these is going to be dark, so that one's light. Light, dark here. What is this likely to be? Well, this can't be light here, because then it would be something not of the four pointing at a corner, so this one's dark as well. I am thinking this and this looks good. And then just block everything else up. Nice, okay. And then we get to do this with our little pre-pip buddy just chilling in the corner here. Alright, cool. Oh, we do have another puzzle radar over here. I don't remember how many things I have moved. I'd really like to find the puzzle grid, the pattern grids, so we are gonna use that for scouting, not necessarily for like a full proper puzzle solving like we're doing here. Okay, let's do purple. Okay. You know, sometimes just things just kind of work out. Okay, we've got a logic here, another pre-pipper. Connect all light and dark. Okay, so dark is gonna be the perimeter. So that gives us a lot of good stuff already. Alright, and 5. Whoops. Dark and dark. Kind of jumped the gun on that one. Okay, let's do this and that, and then hit this a few times. There we go. Alright, so I remember there were a few archways over here, so there's one over here. There it is. Tree is blocking the entrance to it. Thank you, Tree. That's very rude. And then there is 2 over here. So there's one up and then one behind. So there's one back here somewhere. There it is. Wow, that would have been like torture to find on our own. Very good. Okay. Let's put a warp beacon over here. We know where a puzzle radar is. Oh, ooh, hold on. We know where one of our puzzle pattern grids is. So let's warp beacon here. Let's get this pattern grid here. What's happening here? Pattern grid, what are you trying to tell me? Oh, looks like it's just an inversion of this right side, so this should be like that. This should be all light. This should be... Uh-oh, hold on. Yeah, that's not what it is, because I realized both of these are blank. Okay. I think this might just be the rightmost dark tile, so let's try this and this. Then over here, the darkmost tile is that, and then everything else should be light, right? Yeah, that's what it was. It was the rightmost dark tile. Kind of a tricky rule for a 3-pipper. I think I saw Puzzle Radar down here, yeah. Let's go Puzzle Radar. Okay, we are looking just for the pattern grid for the most part. We're not gonna say no to, like, hidden rings and stuff, but mostly the priority is finding that pattern grid, so let's go. In fact, it looks like most of the things are down lower, so let's just drop down and grab this hidden ring. I feel like we're in the Serene Deluge, we're reaching like a critical mass. Like, it's opposite of the Verdent Glenn, where in the Verdent Glenn we have a bunch of hidden rings left and not very many other puzzles. It's going to be the other way around here, where we're going to have a bunch of other puzzles and very little hidden puzzles left by the time we're, like, kind of trying to do proper cleanup. Alright, well, there's a music grid. Definitely want to do that one. But we didn't really have any luck finding our last pattern grid. I did see and hear the cube. There it is. Okay. Light motifs and Lucian waters. Okay, we really don't care. Thank you, though. Okay. I'll come back for this guy. Well... Oh, here's our other pattern grid, yes. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna backtrack and get this pattern grid, and then the music grid I marked over there, and kind of the things along the way, and then that's where we're gonna end things today. Alright, just gonna pick up a couple more hidden objects here. 2 hidden archways up there. Can we make it up there from down here? Where does this launch pad even go? Okay. So 2 hidden archways up here. We've been up here already before and I didn't find either of them, so maybe coming up here without the puzzle radar was a mistake / waste of time. Uh-oh. Nope, here's one of them. So the other one was kind of like up and higher, further back. So is it like back here somewhere? Or over here? This is like Lucian Waters though, so I would not expect it to be all the way over here. I say it's Lucian Waters, but this is the monolith for this guy over here, right? The Serene Deluge monolith, so. Let's see. Is that a puzzle radar up here, or... No, I think that's a 4-star puzzle. Oh, there it is. It's on the back of this guy. Okay, let's backtrack and then wrap things up over here. Oh boy, 4-pip pattern grid. To what do I owe this pleasure? Let's see. Some kind of symmetry, maybe? Is it like a diagonal symmetry? Like, would this be that? Yeah, that seems to be on the right track there. Okay. So then... that one would be like... wait, no, that's wrong. Yeah, okay. So that one's there. This should be like all dark, basically. Yeah, okay. It was like a spiral symmetry. Oh, we got a 5-pip logic grid. Let's go. 8. Okay, well, we can do 3 in that direction. Connect all dark cells. We can do this and this. Alright, well, if we go light here, we ruin everything. So this has to be dark. And this has to be dark. And this still can't be light, right? Yeah, so this has to be dark. And now this can't go that way, so this has to be dark and that's light. And then this is light. Okay. Alright, and then this guy, same thing here. This has to be dark all the way through here, and then now this has to be light, so that has to be dark. One more. Oh, wait. That doesn't have to go that way necessarily, so let me hold up on that for a second. This can't be dark, so that's light. There we go. Okay. Let me move this away from that. Yep, still too close to it. There we go. We're not seeing the flickering anymore. Okay, how do we want to start this one? I guess we can start here. This is definitely a place we can start. And 7's going up or down. This 4 is going up or down as well. So what's this 5 doing here? So this is +3. This would be +2, and this would be +2. So we have to do +3 and not the way, and then we go that way. Okay. Nice. And then we only have one music grid left, and that's where we're going to leave it for today. I mean, we're going to solve this just because it's, like, right here. Alright, let's not mess with that dial anymore. Alright, that wasn't too bad, considering it had 6 dials. That was a $6, right? Yeah, nice. It's 13-second $6. Ooh, 5-pip music grid. Alright, let's go. I think we can foresight through this. I might have miscalculated. No, we got it. Okay. Alright. Good stuff. We are all done for today's episode. We went over quite a bit on my time. Oh well, it happens. Sometimes I take pretty long breaks between recording, so my last recording's actually been like over a week now, so I was like kind of itching to do a little bit more than normal, I guess. Am I seriously doing the sites here right now? No, because I don't know where it is. So we're gonna leave it here. Let's go ahead and roll the outro. Here we go. Today was a Verdent Glenn day, so that's what we're going to show on screen. Here we go, running save stats. And popping up shortly will be our Verdent Glenn progress in 3, 2, 1. And there we go. We have done 43 puzzles in the Verdent Glen, which, like, almost all of were dangle hidden puzzles. It was, like, really hidden today. That amounts to 2% for Verdent Glen. Overall, we are now sitting at 14,455 puzzles. That includes all the extra puzzles we did in Serene Deluge, so that's pretty big. I don't think we did enough puzzles in Serene Deluge to get even 1% there, but we did do a pretty solid chunk, so that's going to help us next time we're over there. I can actually go to the save stats over here. It's been a while since we looked at save stats. Let's take a look at save stats. So yeah, you can actually see how well we're doing so far. Verdent Glen, Shady Wildwood, and Serene Deluge are now a lot closer to each other than they were when we first started. Now they're only 3% apart. They were only 2% apart, but we got Verdent Glen to 83. Maybe Serene Deluge was at 79%. I don't remember. But anyways, let's look at some interesting milestones here going on. So Verdent Glen, all of our perspective puzzles are above 90%, except Sightseer, but we don't get a lot of Sightseers in Verdent Glen. That's one of the Sightseer light areas. Hidden puzzles are looking really good, especially after today's episode. We had so many. Logic grids are kind of a concern here. We still have a ton of them, and we like didn't have any spawn in today. Movement puzzles are good. They're usually good. Labyrinth and fractals are also doing pretty well. Only 5 fractals and 1 labyrinth to go. Match 3, this is like the match 3 area of the game. In fact, do we have match 3s anywhere else? Yeah, we had match 3s in Autumn Falls and Lucent Waters, but now, like, we have more than double that number that were in those 2 areas combined in the Verdant Glen, which is crazy. Alright. Going down to Shady Wildwood. Shady Wildwood, I don't feel like we've really made a significant dent. We can see that, again, we're kind of ahead of the curve on perspective puzzles, and we'll look at Serene Deluge at the same time. They're right next to each other. So they're both kind of ahead of the curve on perspective puzzles. Kind of Sightseers are lacking on both. That's just because those aren't like the type of puzzles I gravitated for in the past. Hidden puzzles are looking really good for both, I would say, actually. A lot of archways still left in Serene Deluge. Serene Deluge actually has a lot less hidden puzzles than... Well, I mean, it has a lot less archways, but it does have more rings, so I don't know. Maybe that's a bad thing. Logic grids, like, again, logic grids are kind of behind here. That's, yeah, I mean, we did all of the logic grids we have available today in Serene Deluge, didn't we? Let me look here. Oh no, there's one more logic grid left. Well, we did all but one, and this is what we have left. We still have a lot left that we need to find here. 180. That's the same as up here, right? Yeah. Jeez. Maybe if I finish everything and we only have logic puzzles left, I'll just turn on the grid radar, like, in the options. I don't know. Movement puzzles are looking pretty good. They're actually very close in Serene Deluge. Only 1 flow orb, a few glide rings, a couple more wandering echoes. These action puzzles are also catching up really nicely. Dials are still really behind because I kind of avoided them, but looking good over there. Dials are really close in the Shady Wildwood. And then the environmental puzzles, crystal mazes are kind of our bottleneck. I don't worry about shy auras too much because they're like really easy to see from far away. So like when I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, shy aura. We don't have too many left of those. 13 total. All right, we can also take a look up here. Here's our total hub puzzle completion. We're at 93% cosmetics. How many do we have sparks? Oh, we do have a spark count in here. We could actually go spend some cosmetics, some sparks on cosmetics. Let's go ahead and do that, and that's where we're gonna wrap up for today. Alright, we can hide this. Okay, so I believe we were purchasing clothing. So I'm wearing the red Wise Wolf. So I'm just gonna buy the cheap ones, because that gets us the most progress, so... Boom. Boom. I got tired of saying boom. Alright. There was 7 of them. Any more helmets we can buy? Do we own all the helmets? Oh, we own all the helmets. Okay. What about gloves? Do we own all the gloves? Ah. Here, I'm gonna start buying these gloves, and then... which gloves do I have equipped? I have Dawn's Reach, the red ones. Okay. Go back and fix my clothes. So we are looking at, what was that, 9? We just bought 9, so that brings us, cosmetics. We are now at 299 out of 309. So only 10 more cosmetics to go. Going pretty well. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough sparks by the time we finish the rest of the areas to get all the cosmetics, because the cosmetics are actually like pretty expensive, especially if you're not playing the game as intended, where like you do all the daily quests like every day, or you do most of them every day, and then you're doing like a whole bunch of unsolved puzzles every day. Because as you know, with the offline restoration mod, we really do not do a lot of puzzles. Like, there are so many solved puzzles everywhere that we just walk past. Anyways, that's enough rambling for me. That's going to do it for today's episode. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I am definitely eyeballing that puzzle radar over there, but I am not going to do it on camera. See you next time. Goodbye.